Boom. Every line in itself is so melodic. Great, this crunch is called a dissonance. Yes, so Hairless here. We have another Pentatonix reaction. This is somebody that I used to know. What a great and extremely famous song. What happened to Gotye? Does anyone know? His legacy is this song, I feel. Everyone knows it, and it's just a cracking song all round. This is from the first half of 2012. So it's one of their earlier works, actually. I saw this recommendation on one of my previous Pentatonix reactions. If you want to go check them out, they're in the description. Also, I now have an a cappella playlist. Well, I plan on compiling all a cappella reactions in the future from Pentatonix and other groups that I've been recommended. So yeah, I saw this in the comments, recognized the song, and I thought, great, let's react to it, especially as it's one of their earlier works as well. It helps build my understanding of the Babytonix, if this is still Babytonix at this point. I think, let us get straight into it.
Alright, here we go, we're going. This is happening.
It is happening. Oh, that... A few things to say from that intro. I wanted to, but I didn't want to interrupt the music. Immediately, with Avi's bare intro there, and then Scott coming in, that for me gave me a feeling that I haven't experienced in a while. And that's because of something that I studied back many years ago. That's something called organum, which is a very old musical technique. We're talking like pre-14th, 13th century, where you just have two voices just kind of moving like this together, up and down. It seems very raw and medieval almost, and for me that's the initial kind of feeling I was getting from this. With these reactions, by the way, if you haven't noticed already, I'm trying not just to say how I'm feeling and what it makes me feel, but I'm trying to dig into a bit deeper into like why. So let me try find an example of what I mean. Okay, quick example here. So it's not the same, they're in fifths here, but it just gives me that feeling. But then Kirsty's entry, suddenly the harmonies are modernised. Excited to hear the rest, to be honest. Mitch's entry, we'll just go from there, where for one of the notes he goes, ba, ba, and then carries on, you know, he like cuts out his voice completely. It's great. There. Kirsty's line's really nice here. And rhythmically she's different, so she's providing this greater depth.
Now and then I think of when we were together, like when you said you felt so happy you could die.
Just in case they repeat what I think they might, I like the sense of like lulling in and out so far. The intro was building up and then everything suddenly cut out, and then you've got Scott coming in with the melody, and then Mitch comes in, and then Kirsty joins, and it's like, and then cuts out again. It really keeps the listener engaged. It's not just a constant flow, that it's changing whilst not being too different from the previous section. I also want to say that I think Scott's voice works really well for the melody, but the original song, Gotye, had an extremely high chest voice, kind of in a similar sense to Mitch. I know that Scott can go high, but I'm not sure how high he can go in his chest voice. Like, I don't think it's into the ranges of the upper tenor. So I'll be interested to see what happens here. Mitch and Kirsty again, just complement each other so well. And Avi and Kevin, I just feel like Avi and Kevin and Mitch and Kirsty just pair so well. I've said it in my previous reactions, but if you really just listen to their two lines.
I told myself that you were right for me. We felt so lonely in the club for days.
It's good.
That was love and it's an ache I still remember.
Nice chord there. Cutting out again. Once more, I was not expecting that. The camera moved as well, right? That wasn't just me. That wasn't just the music, like, making me feel like there was some earthquake going on. It's a drop. It's a drop. Yeah.
So
Gonna need to pause. Sorry, like, whatever. It's happened. Okay, that drops incredible. Mitch has taken the melody. That makes sense. His voice is so perfect for it. I just quickly want to go back and look at the lines of Mitch, Kirsty and Scott here because I thought the harmony was quite interesting. There on the happening and we were nothing part. So Mitch has the melody. So Mitch is Kirsty. It's not too intricate. The melody is the moving part here. Hers is just two notes. Mostly one note. And then Scott's part. Kirsty's is the simplest, then Scott, and then Mitch with melody. When combined, it just creates this homophonic. Boom. It's great. I'm listening out for Avi here. Okay, it's changed there. I thought that was going to be the end, and I was like, nah, I'm not ready for that. Okay, so my doorbell just rang. I think you could hear it at the end of that last clip. Where was I? Yeah, I was listening out for Avi there, but I also wanted to just go back a little bit. So here, Avi, he goes down, but then he skips up the octave at the lowest note of that little sequence. So it's like dum 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 dum. Down an octave, obviously. Is that as low as he goes? And going up to this part here, again, you've got Kirsty and the Mitch with their... I'm starting to notice now that a lot of the arrangements involve them singing together, going to ooh or ah in some form. And here it works well because just before this unison bit where they all sing the same thing exactly, it kind of goes into homophony where they're singing the same thing in the same rhythm but just at different notes. So you've got... There, sorry, it's Scott and Kirsty going ah, and now they're all singing the same part in different notes. And again there. And now it's the unison bit, but I just heard there as well. Sorry, there's a lot going on here. Is this an incorrect note I hear? I think it was Scott, but the harmony is really tight, so I can't quite distinguish, but I think it's Scott here. On Need That Though, if that's the lyric. I can't tell, it's around there, and it sounds like some weird crack. I don't know if it's a harmonic, but can you hear that? Is that just me? On Though. I'm not going to spend any more time on that, but that stood out to me actually quite a bit. I'm not sure what or who that was. Something just didn't quite sound right there. But it's fine, it's one note. I just thought I'd include that kind of stuff in the video because this is like what I'm hearing as I'm going along. Alright, let's carry on. Are you just somebody that I used to know? Scott's effect there is so good. And Avi's bass is just so perfect. The water drop effect interspersed with the beatboxing. They were just nice chords there, weren't there? I'm just going to quickly listen to them again. Yeah, I think from here, just really nice chords, really flowing. And I think Mitch harmonically is the centre point here. He's just got a line just going up in the scale. I have to go back. There's too much. Like Pentatonix, I'd appreciate it if you could just equally distance all of these mad bits so I don't have to like pause every 2 seconds. I was talking about the flowing bit, but then that chord, where is it here? So that's like an E flat, E and a B. Basically a bare open fifth, like the harmony that Avi and Scott were doing right at the beginning, the organum type thing that I was talking about. But then the E, the bottom part, has the note, the semitone below it, like the half step below it as well, to just create this crunch. It's called a dissonance, and it has to be perfectly in tune, otherwise it just sounds, insert swear word here. And they've just nailed it. I'll just quickly show you just on the piano what that looks like. Right, let's carry on. And the drop again is just...
Reading into every word you say. You said that you could let it go, and I wouldn't catch you hung up on somebody that you used to love.
Yeah, it's good.
Cut me off, make it like it never happened and like we were nothing. I don't even need your love.
Oh, go on, Kevin.
Like a stranger and it feels so rough.
I just love it when they cut out the bass and the beatbox and then the rest keeps going.
You're just somebody that I used to know.
Okay, just quickly. Earlier, I asked if that's as low as Avi can go, and here it's the same bass sequence. He has gone down. It's just ridiculous. I don't get how a human voice can reach those depths. It doesn't make sense to me. And just another part as well that stuck out to me, something similar to what I've mentioned in a previous video. Scott's part there. That is the supertonic, or in other words, the second degree of the scale. I spoke about that in Let's Get It On. They seem to like using that in their arrangements for harmony. It's another dissonance where you have the tonic number 1 and then the second note number 2, and you sing it together. If sung well, it sounds great. What an ending as well. It's just nice when they can put in those, I don't know how to describe it, just really flowing legato. Every line in itself is so melodic, and when you're humming as well, it kind of adds an air of like mystique to it, mysticism, because there's no words. The ending from Kirsty, from Mitch, it's kind of like a reverse perfect cadence. Normally it's bum bum, the most standard ways to finish. 5-1, but here it's 1-5. If you were in an English class, I guess you could have a field day on that and say it's unresolved, he used to know this person, there's no closure, blah 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 blah. Well, yeah, I'm not going to say too much more, but at least I tried to get all my thoughts down throughout that song, and I had a package delivery which made things a bit more interesting, but I think we did all right there. Yeah, great. Another great recommendation. This Pentatonix journey, or rabbit hole as it keeps being called, will be continuing, so watch this space. As always, thank you for watching. Would appreciate a like, subscribe, and I will see you next time.